Yeah, y'all. I want to welcome y'all to the very first edition of Axe Mayor Madani. That's right, Axe the New York City Mayor this. So, I am the host. I am also the defendant in the case, people of the state of New York versus Anthony Hill. And as you can see, I have a petition out on change.org. Anthony Hill wrongfully convicted. So you can check that out on change.org. But this is something I want y'all to ask the mayor. You can also ask the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office. Okay, so as you can see here, I have a blank piece of paper. Yes, right? Okay, so let me draw something on there and I want to show y'all something. This is something that actually happened at my trial. Okay, let me see if this pen works. You know, using pens is kind of old school. So now, this is something that was at my trial, right? You see here, what I'm drawing is just a silhouette, you call it, of a human body part. Yes, the drawing is terrible. But as you can see, it's just a, silhouette. And they call this a diagram. So this is something, you know, that just, it's like a piece of paper. It could come out of anywhere, out of an office, anywhere, you know, but it's just a diagram of, you know, a human body, you know. It doesn't have to be to scale or anything like that. It doesn't have to be to scale. It's just a diagram. So you can get diagrams, I guess, on anything. But when you're coming into a criminal trial or you come into any type of trial, you could bring this diagram in there because this could have been something that was left behind at your house. Or could have been something that you touched and it got your fingerprints on it. Just a piece of paper that's a diagram. So they could bring this in and say, listen, Your Honor, we took fingerprints off of this thing here, and turns out to be the defendant fingerprints. So we want to take this and put it in the evidence so we can show the jury. It could be part of the evidence that this diagram was actually found in the defendant house because he drew it, he made it, and his fingerprints are all over it. Plus, they got his handwriting on it. So we like to show this as an exhibit. So I'm just trying to show you that this could be evidence. This phone could be evidence. You know, the backdrop, the towel could be evidence. This charger actually could be evidence. So anything could be evidence in your trial. Matter of fact, that pen, they could put this pen in as evidence. So if any of you got loved ones, I want you to ask them about what was put into trial into evidence. So you can look back and check that out. This is very important. So what I'm going to show is that this diagram was taken and submitted by the district attorney's office, and they said, listen, we're going to take this diagram and we're going to use it for exhibit 1 and for identification purposes. So it has to be identified first. So that's what the district attorney is going to do. They're going to raise it up, show the judge, say, listen, I want to use it for identification purposes. So she asked the expert, listen, do you know what this is? Her expert witness says, yes, I know what this is. It's just a drawing, general body part, seen to be depicting a human. That's all. So the DA gonna say to the judge, Your Honor, I would like to submit this into evidence. Now your lawyer, defense lawyer, has to look at it and say, all right, let me check it out to see if I got any challenges to it of this coming into evidence. So your defense lawyer might look and say, I don't got no problem with that. That's all. Like, yeah, all right. I don't care. Submit it into evidence. It's nothing. I don't feel it hurts my client, anything like that. I don't have no challenges to it. So they submit it into evidence. Now, once this is submitted to evidence, That's exactly what it is. It becomes evidence. That means that I can't now take it and draw something else on it. Or can I? That's the question I want you to ask the mayor. After it's submitted in evidence, can I now take it and do this? Because this is evidence now. Evidence, remember, it's evidence. It has to stay the way it is. Or does it? This is a question for you to ask the mayor. Or can I now take it and go, all right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw on it. Let me get the pen to work. All right. I'm going to put a hole there. I'm going to put a hole there. I'm going to put a hole there. A hole there. I'm going to call this 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put that on it and call that bullet wounds now. So what did I just do? This is something you have to ask the mayor. What just happened? This is already submitted into evidence. So what just happened? What are those now? It's obviously different. It obviously been altered. So do you take it out of evidence now? Or did I just tamper with evidence? That's the question you ask. Was evidence just tampered with? Anthony Hill, 4825, Anthony Hill, and this is a question you need to ask your mayor and look in your people, your loved one's case, and see if they got a case like this. If anything came to evidence and was actually changed, altered is the word you would call it, because according to law, you can't tamper with evidence, you can't alter it. That's a crime in itself. Stay tuned for more.